Everyone. I am Kahan, and it's an absolute pleasure to introduce today's distinguished speaker, Mr. Mugundhan. His academic journey began with a BTech in Electrical Engineering from Anna University, Chennai, followed by a Master of Science MS Research in Energy Sciences and Engineering from IIT Guwahati, where he also served as an overall placement coordinator, a role that speaks volumes about his leadership and dedication. Currently, he's an analyst too at Deloitte, a global leading and consulting financial firm. Mugdhan sir brings with him a wealth of experience and expertise. Today, he will be sharing valuable insights into case solving, growth strategy frameworks, and guiding us through a real world client scenarios. Additionally, he'll shed light on effective placement preparations, resources for consulting and business analytics, and the latest market trends. We are in for an enriching session and we couldn't have asked for a better guide on this journey. And now I would like Mr. Mugdhan to address the audience.
Hey
Hello
Bhavesh,
Mugdhan,
first
please.
of all, thank you. Thanks, Consulting Analytics Club for having me here. It's kind of nostalgic to me as well to be back in campus virtually at least. And so first of all, let me share my screen. Let's just check some technicalities first.
Yes.
Uh, are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Yeah, perfect. So, this won't be a long session. I'll try to keep it as short as possible because I had prior commitments as well. It's been a busy Saturday for me already. But yeah, so with respect to my introduction, hey everyone, Mukundan here. Uh, Studied at IIT Guwahati for a couple of years, where I was also the overall placement coordinator, was handling analytical companies, some software companies, product-based companies during placement season last year that is. So apart from that, I joined Deloitte. About 14 months ago, so it's been a roller coaster ride as of now for me, but it's enriching. I've faced about 3 4 clients till now over the tenure of 14 months, and clients from healthcare industry, finance, and yeah, as well as investment management and retail, real estate. So that's a brief about me. And today we'll be looking into the business growth strategy and business analytics. So I'll first go with the business growth strategy case framework, and then we'll move towards we'll do a case study on that, and post that you can have a look into the world here in Deloitte USI and how the day at work looks like. What are my current projects? Then my current client and what kind of work do we do here at Deloitte. Was that some useful placement preps, like how to get up for a business analytics role? So we'll go through that. Uh, you can save your questions for the last. I'll take up questions in the end. Just because of a time constraint, I'm really sorry on that. But yep, let's go ahead. So, growth strategy case. So, what a growth strategy case means. Basically, you're trying to improve the revenue or the market share of a particular company or a firm. Uh, First thing, uh, this revenue growth comes in various phases. Like you can increase prices, you can increase your product services, and a lot of things. So we'll look into a framework on how to go about this. Basically, you're trying to increase the revenue and market share of a firm. That's it. It might be a early stage company or otherwise a well established company as well, who are trying to get back, regain their market position as well. So you'll be working in real life cases on this once you get into consulting firms like Deloitte, but not the entire case that we are going to look into. But I'll let you know like what kind of scenarios you can expect once you get into consulting firms like Deloitte and others. So the case framework goes like this. So you get a case where you need to increase, I mean, increase the growth of a particular firm or a company. What do you do first? You can ex, you can increase the growth via products and services, first thing. And that can be done in two ways. One is to increase the number of units sold. The other is to increase the average price of units sold. And the second one is that you can increase, the growth via new products and services. The products, like, for example, the world is now moving towards a lot of AI based products. So you can work on that as well to increase your market share. So that's one thing. And one more thing I'd like to bring to your focus over here is that we are not going into a different part of growth strategy. A growth strategy basically falls into two categories. One is you're improving within your company, like you're introducing new products, or you're improving your existing products, those kinds. The second is that you are going to have partnership or take mergers and acquisitions, and then you're doing with another company. It's not within your company, but it's with another company or another firm. So that's a different case altogether. So that's a merger and acquisition case or a partnership case. So we are not going to dive into that. We are going to stick to a framework where we are going to look into the existing, within your company, where you're going to do uh, a growth case for your existing products and services or new products. So let me go ahead. So first thing is that uh, you can do, you can improve your number of units sold in order to improve your existing products or services. That falls into, like, you can decrease the prices. Otherwise, you can sell through new distribution channels, or expand into new geographies, or improve marketing and sales, or target new customer segments, or improve the products itself. So in each of these, you can do a sub case as well. And how to decrease the products, which products should we decrease the prices, on which products should we retire. So that's a separate case altogether. So this is a framework that we are going to deal with. This is a framework that we are seeing. We are not going deep dive into what kind of products do we have, those kind of. So it's basically a framework. So then you're looking into the distribution channels, whether to sell through a new distribution channels or whether to improve the existing distribution channels. That one. And expanding into new geographies. Are you going to just do it in metro cities, or you're going to go into tier 1, tier 2 cities, or you're going to expand into a whole new country, or you're going to expand into newer states? So yeah, that's the other one. And improve your marketing and sales. So how to do your marketing, how to go about your marketing, whether to do a digital marketing or whether to do in-person marketing, and how to go about your sales, whom to contact, how to contact, which mode of communication you're going to use, what tools are you going to use to store your data. So that's another thing. Third one, the next one is target new customer segments. So you can target new customer segments, like uh, you can segment customers into whatever division depending upon the case. So it depends on entirely on the case. And then of course improve your existing product as well. Next one is increase the number of units sold. To increase the number of units sold, you can increase the prices for the product. Oh, sorry. This I made a mistake over here. This should be not increase the number of units sold, but increase the price of number of price per unit sold. So there's a mistake over here in the slide. Apologies for that. I had to make it in a hurry. So anyhow, so this is to increase the price of unit. Price of product per unit. So to increase that, you can either increase the prices for a particular product or products. But mind you, if you increase the price of a particular product, it will have an effect on the quantity sold as well. So you need to have that in mind. Another one is sell, of course, sell new products that we saw earlier. Like we are diving into new products and new services where you will be selling those as one up. So let's get into the case first. For example, let's say BVS Investments, a mid-sized Indian investment firm, has been in operation for over 10 years. It provides a range of financial services, including mutual funds, equity trading, retirement planning, insurance, and wealth management. While the firm has a loyal customer base primarily, comprising of high net worth individuals and urban professionals, it now aims to broaden its reach to middle class families, millennials, and tier 1, tier 2 cities, where the demand for financial planning is growing. So, whenever you structure a case, first and foremost thing is to understand the case properly and quantify it. These two are very, very important. So let's understand the case over here. So VVS Investments, a mid-sized Indian investment firm, has been in operation for over 10 years. So it's an already existing firm that has been in operation for 10 years. So they will have certain market share, but we don't know that yet. So what do? You try to research or you try to ask them. Sorry. And it provides a range of financial services including mutual funds, equity trading, retirement planning, insurance. So they have their products and services already, so there are certain existing products and services. While the firm has a loyal customer base primarily consisting of high net worth individuals, so it has a customer base, but it's morely uh, the upper class or upper middle class or people like that. So, but it now aims to broaden its reach to middle class families. So they are aiming to get into middle class families, have a customer base within middle class, lower middle class, millennials, and tier 1 and tier 2 cities, where the demand for financial planning is growing. So, what are the objectives of the firm? They want to increase their market share. They want to increase the customer base by 25% in the next 3 years. That's their first objective. Their second objective is to target new demographics. So they want to expand into new segments such as middle class, lower middle class. The third one is to enhance their digital presence, create a user friendly digital platform that appeals to tech savvy millennials. Uh, okay. And the fourth objective is to offer personalized financial services focused on tailoring services to fit unique financial needs of different demographic groups. So it's more like they want to increase their market share by getting into new segments such as tier 1, tier 2 cities, and especially into middle class and lower middle class families along with a digital enhancement. It's what they want, so they are targeting customers via digital devices in the present trend. If you are not clear about this case, first you need to do is to ask. So just uh, I mean go shoot out your questions, clarify the case, and let's say what exactly is their is their expectations for offering personalized financial services, like what kind of products they are aiming at. So you need to clarify those. Are they going to do it with an existing product, or are they going to build a new product? So that div- if you clear these questions out, you know how to use a framework and how to go about these. So do ask your questions on that. I'm following a different approach with my strategy, and we'll go into that. So once you understand and quantify your case, next thing that you do is to analyze the market, analyze the challenges, then build your strategy. So when you for I just got this simple thing, like, I mean, uh, I didn't do any big analysis. I just got these things from Google search or something like that. So let's say the market potential as of now is that middle class. is expanding in India. So the middle class is rapidly growing, and they're coming. The levels of groups of people are increasing from lower middle class to upper middle class. So things are going. So they are in need of a structured financial product, and a lot of people are looking for business managers, stuff like that. And millennial investors. A lot of people born between 1990 and early 2000s, let's say. I just gave a random number over here. Represent a huge potential in the market. So they have their mobile devices, they have social media. I mean, they're earning a lot. So they want somewhere to have certain financial management, financial manager technology. And post that, we are seeing like cities are witnessing increased economic growth, resulting in more people seeking in investment opportunities. So this is the initial thing that I gave. But what we can do over here is that we need to deep dive into more market research, where we are saying what are the players over here. For example, if we are building a financial manager, let's say, I'm not going into a structured way as of now, with respect to the products that we are going to do. So we are not making any new products over here, but I'm saying if you're going to make a new product such as a financial manager, we need to do a market research on the players that are there, and what are their SWOT analysis. So those things are needed to be done before we dive into making a new products as well. So the challenges would be like low financial literacy. Many people, customers, especially in rural areas and urban areas, lack financial literacy and are hesitant to invest. So this is one thing. A lot of people are not aware, like where to invest, how to use their money, whether to keep it in a bank, whether to invest in physical properties, or whether to invest in stocks, whether to put your money somewhere else. So they are not sure on what to do with their money. So we can educate them. So in this challenge, where we can educate them, like how to use their money, where to invest, what does a stock mean, and what are the returns, and what they can expect. So these kind of educational things can be done. uh, this simple case of, if you heard about the case of Nika, they don't sell their products only. They sell their products and how to use their products. That's the main thing. That's the selling point of Nika. So they don't just say like, okay, here is my product, you can have this. But they don't just sell that. For example, let's say they're selling certain cosmetic items, where they say that, okay, people are having this disease, or this uh, I mean, tone cannot use certain kind of products. So basically they have a catalog of stuff. So that's what we are trying to do over here as well. We need to educate people on where to invest and how to invest. So, yep. So that's one possible solution for this challenge. And like that, you need to derive multiple solutions for uh, each problem that we see, and choose out the best possible solution out. So that's one thing. And second one is that the investment market is highly competitive with established players. So yeah, so we already have a lot of firms, financial firms, having their products and having good fair share of market. And how you're gonna deal with them? You need to do your SWOT analysis. You need to find out where their weaknesses are. You need to find out if their weaknesses in technology, if their weaknesses in marketing, sales. You need to grab those on up if you're good in that, and how do you improve that, whether you're improving your products or you're improving uh, you're launching new products. So these these kind of market analysis are pretty important. And trust issues. So generally people in tier 2, tier 3 cities, or people with the lower middle class people, they generally are very skeptical about an online financial platforms. They are skeptical about their data, they are skeptical about their money being lost. So they prefer traditional methods. So we need to give them some data security. We need to enable some trust. So how we are going to do that? That's the other thing. And regulatory compliances. India is a complex market with a lot of financial regulations, so it's not easy to start a fintech startup here in India. So you need to go through each and every regulatory body. You need to have certain approvals. So it's better that you have certain legal consultants working in your team who can help these things out. So the strategy. First is the focus on financial literacy. As I said, we can have interactive workshop, online workshops, or you can tie up with the government, local government bodies to educate people on how to go about their money. So you can have certain solutions on that and pick out the best solution from this. Customer engagement and trust building. So you need to focus on your customer because uh, as of now there isn't a lot of trust. So I just got this from simple market research that I got from Google. So customer engagement and trust building, you need to make sure that your customer, I mean, your lower, especially your lower middle class and middle class customers, believe in your products, believe in your services, so that we can have good customer retention, and they do invest money, and in turn you increase your revenue. And make sure that your data security, your is well secured, your systems are well secured. So you need to have a proper IT team working on it. And yep, regulatory compliances and risk management. So we need to mitigate the risk. So there are a lot of risks involved, and if your products I mean, check your products, if what are the risks, and make sure that the risks are minimized and mitigated in a proper way. So that one is also one of the cases. Expanding into tier 1 and tier 2 cities, so you can have a local partnership like agents, and then support in regional languages. So India is a diverse country. We don't generally go by like one or two languages, right? So we need to have certain regional language focuses as well, and a lot of companies nowadays are doing that. For example, you get a notification from Zomato asking in your regional language, hey, you're up. It's more like a triggering thing. Yep, so regional language support is pretty important. Next one is tailored financial products. So look into the products that you're working on or already existing. If you're building new products, make sure that it is tailored and focused on a particular segment of people. For example, let's say women in India, a lot of women, especially head of families, they are they look into the finances mostly. They try to save money. This is with respect to the middle class and lower middle class customers that we are going to target. So they are the ones who will be trying to save money. They put money into banks, and how to get them investing into an investment management company. So we need to create centric products and services for them. And one way is to have micro investments. Digital transformation and marketing. This is especially for the millennials. So our next target set of customers were the millennials, people from the 1990s to the early 2000s. So they are more into technology and social media. So we can have uh, focus social media marketing campaigns using analytics. I'll come to that later. And educational campaigns. You can target on college bees, like you're having certain workshops on college, those things, and have certain mobile apps that are having good user friendly interfaces and stuff. So yeah, otherwise improving the existing products as well. Next, that's about the case. So I mean, apart from this, I would like to say, like, these are more like an overview of the entire case that we looked into. But you can look into each and every point that I've said over here can be in a separate case for itself. For example, currently I'm working on a project with one of the biggest management firms in the world. So they're based out in the US, and I'm working with their growth team. So that's why it's better that I took up a growth strategy case. So I'm working with the growth team, focused on improving their sales and marketing campaigns, sales and their marketing campaigns, rather. So we are more focused upon, rather me and my team, that is, we are more focused upon something called a sales funnel. So uh, yeah, so I'm talking about my work, so better to have. So what we do in sales funnel is that we get data from marketing campaigns, we get data of customers of from calls, we get calls, so I mean data of emails and a lot of other stuff, CRM. So what we do need to do is that we need to talk with stakeholders. So typically my day would look like I'll have multiple calls. Morning I'll be having calls with my team. Evening I'll be having calls with uh, the sales representatives, the managers, and I mean from the client's end. So I need to have certain discussion on how to go about these things. How do they want their sales representatives uh, to contact their clients, on what intervals do they want to contact is this client, how do they want to target a specific client. So we'll discuss those cases. uh, Post that, we will develop a framework for that, like, okay, so we are going to contact these people in these times, so there'll be a model that we'll be developing. So once we develop those models, what we do is that uh, we make it into a sequel, and then send out across to the engineering teams. So the engineering teams, they will work on that SQL, convert it into code, and they will I mean, get data from the calls, your web activity, everything will be monitored. So your web activity, the marketing campaigns, you'll get data from Google Analytics, Meta, they give data as well, like how did our marketing campaign go, who are the target customers, their demographics. So we get those data as well. I can't show that really over here because of compliance issues. That's why I just kept just a, I mean, one liner for a day at work. So yeah, so post that we get all these data, we process it according to our model, and then we send it across to the data engineering teams. Once the data engineers have processed the data and loaded that into a form that we want, we make them into dashboards. So then dashboards in Tableau, that is fed to the, I mean, that is given to the sales executives, the managers, and whenever uh, I mean, whenever the product is ready, we go out for the presentation. I mean, once we hand it over to them. So that's, I mean, that takes some time. So it's not that it will be done in a day or so. So usually it takes like 3 to 4 months to get these things done, because it's not one particular thing you're working on. So these things do take time. As I said, my current client is a world leading asset management firm, one of the three major asset management firms in the world. So I work with the growth team right now. And apart from the sales funnel project, we do work on the pricing strategy for them, and pricing strategy in the sense like how much to charge the customer for their investments and stuff like that. So that's one the other projects that we are working on. Uh, about Deloitte USA. So Deloitte has multiple businesses. The major businesses being financial services, tax and audit, consulting. That's where I'm part of, and risk management. So they have multiple offices. The main office is headquartered here in Hyderabad, and yeah. Next one, skills required for business analyst role. For business analytics and or a business analyst role, you need to have knowledge about a specific industry. For me, initially I was given a project on healthcare. To be really honest, I didn't have any idea about healthcare or healthcare sector works. So then they gave me certain KTs on that. I needed to study a lot of stuff on healthcare sector, how things work. So if you don't have the specific industry knowledge, it's a bit difficult. So it's better to always have a specific industry knowledge. Then I got into finance. I had a, a client before this who was a financial client, so I was working with them as well. So it's good to have a specific industry knowledge. You have a lot of trainings, courses online. You can use YouTube or Udemy. So most preferably here in Deloitte, we get free courses on LinkedIn, Udemy, based upon a partnership, and there are really good courses they suggest. And as well, internal learning here in Deloitte, you can learn from a lot of consultants and senior managers. Uh, Apart from that, you need good analytical thinking. So do a lot of case. I mean, not only one or two. Be sure that your cases are structured. And next thing is that do a lot of guesstimates as well. That improves your analytical thinking and how to approach certain stuff. Make sure that it is well structured. So good analytical thinking is what interviewers look for here in Deloitte, and good communication skills. So make sure that you're communicating things in a proper way, in a proper tone. So those things are also really really important. In present market trends for business analytics role, so the tech stack rather, what the team or the firms are looking for is SQL, Jira, which is an Atlassian software for project management, and then Python or PySpark. Python or PySpark is more like for the engineering teams. Uh, so let me go to the previous one. In consulting as well, we have a lot of subdivisions. For example, we have core business operations. We have strategy and analytics that I'm part of. So in strategy and analytics, you need to know about business as well as you need to know certain tech stuff. With respect to the core business operations, you are expected to know mostly on majorly on tech stuff. So, yeah. So make sure that you read the JD properly. So when Deloitte come to campus, make sure that you read the JD properly, because last year I guess they didn't hire for strategy and analytics role. They hired for certain other roles. So make sure that you read the JD properly. Uh, Otherwise, you might end up in working in pure coding roles as well. So yeah, tech stack. Let me come to the tech stack again. So you're expected to know SQL, Jira, Python, or PySpark. Mostly, I guess everyone is moving towards PySpark these days rather than Python because of its processing power. Then you're expected to know about cloud technologies as well, because whatever firms or whatever clients that I previously worked on. So I worked on with healthcare clients, I worked on with financial client, I worked on with I'm currently working with an investment management client. So most of them, every one of them are moving towards the cloud. So you're expected to know any of the cloud technologies, right? Be AWS, Azure, or GCP, that is the Google Cloud Platform. So it's better that you have a certification, at least the cloud practitioner certification for AWS, or the associate level certification for Azure. So those are the basic level certification, but it costs around $100. So make sure that uh, you do prepare well before you take up the exam. So apart from that, the current trend now is to know Gen AI. Reason why I'm saying Gen AI is because companies and firms are building up new products that are based on Gen AI. Because Gen AI can give customized or personalized information or products for each and every individual. For example, uh, my current client is working on a product, Gen AI based product called Financial Consultant. So it offers tailored services for a particular person. So that's one example. I can't go deep into that because of compliance, but yeah. So Gen AI is a technology that one must know. I'm not saying that you should know how to code, but you should know how it works at least. And then visualization tools. So be it Tableau or Power BI, any one visualization tool is a must. So I'd rather recommend Tableau because it's more powerful as compared to Power BI. So one more thing, like I would like to say before closing the slide is that when Deloitte come to campus, there will be tests. So in that test, they'll be asking you aptitude, SQL, and a verbal. So these were the and yeah, these were the main things that were asked for strategy and analytics role. Last year, when they came for CBO, core business operation roles, they did ask on Java as well. If I'm not wrong, that's what the juniors here said as well. So make sure that you read the JD properly and prepare according to that. But aptitude, SQL, and verbal is pretty important, and it will be easy. It won't be tough for us. Uh, okay. Uh, then apart from that, in interviews they'll be asking a couple of case studies. For me, they did ask a couple of case studies, one on merger and acquisition and another one on growth. So both can be combined into a growth case study only. So those were the two case studies they did ask me. uh, yep. So any questions over here?
So there is a question from Gautam Jetli. He asked
Mhm.
that is there any good platform to practice diverse cases, case studies and PYQs?
Case studies, it's not more about your practicing over platform. So when I was there in college, I didn't practice over
Mhm.
platform. It's more like you're practicing with your peers. So it's more like you do a case and you have a peer who's handling the case. So more like you're the consultant and your peer is the manager from the firm who wants your a certain case to be done. So he will give the case and you're working on the case and you both validate it together and vice versa happens. So that's how we practice. As of now, I'm not sure about the platforms, but yeah, that's one way we can do.
On this, I would also like to add on that our consulting and analytics club is also hosting a platform, Crack the Case, where we provide with the book where we have many cases. So if anybody wants to refer and practice cases, they can practice over there. And there was another question from our one of the participant that the two certifications that you referred, right? Can you just
Mhm.
name them?
Yeah, so one is the AWS Cloud Practitioner Certificate, or we call it the AWS CCP. So that is a basic level certificate where you know about AWS and what are the services that they offer. That's it. You don't deep dive into each and every services. You just know like how to do what is cloud computing and how things are done over cloud in AWS. The other one is a Microsoft Azure Associate Certificate. So these are the two certificates that I said. You also have a GCP certificate, that is the Google Cloud Platform certificate as well. That I'm not sure about the certificate name, but that there is a beginner level certificate for that as well.
These were the questions. If audience have any more question, then they can just chat, write it in the chat box. So I don't think that there are any more questions now. That's with the KTC. This session is a part of KTC where we launch the book and everything. Like it would be provided in our Consulting and Analytics Club Instagram handle. So it was truly an enlightening session. Thanks a lot for providing your valuable time and sharing your expertise. The consulting and growth strategy domain was truly inspiring, and it gave us very much informative session it was. So thank you once again, sir. And now we would like to conclude the session.
Thanks, Bhavesh. Thanks everyone for having me.
Yes,
Apologies, like I had to make things up quick. I didn't have a lot of time because of work and other commitments as well. But yeah, thanks for having me here, and good to see you all, and see you all soon.
yes. Thank you,
Thank
sir,
you.
for your time. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. Thanks everyone.
we conclude the session now.